Carbonium storage is full. We should construct more storage buildings.
Communications hub is operational. We can use it to download new technologies.
We should start downloading new technologies as soon as possible. Our loadout for the Rift Jump included only some basic blueprints.
Crafting completed.
under attack. One of our buildings has been destroyed.
Ashley, now that the basic base setup is complete, we should start working on our primary objective, constructing an interplanetary rift station. It is going to take a long time to build, so we should start working on it as soon as possible.
That's true. It's a massive building with multiple components and pipeline connections for plasma fuel and coolant. It's going to be the central structure in our base, with multiple support buildings, so we should plan a lot of free space around it. Let's start by placing the foundation. It looks like the weather is calming down. Wind is getting slower. The wind is very slow today.
Carbonium storage is full. Build more storage facilities. Speed projection is returning back to statistically normal values. Wind turbines are back at nominal power levels. Congratulations, Ashley. This milestone marks the beginning of the next chapter of our mission on this planet.
You sometimes sound a bit like Colonel Nordstrom. Do you know that?
I received additional instructions on how to motivate you and keep your spirit high during this mission. They were indeed written by Colonel Nordstrom and revised by Admiral von Blofeld. Would you like me to read what I was instructed to tell you for this occasion?
Oh, please do, Mr. Riggs. This is exactly what I wanted to hear after traveling halfway through the galaxy.
Captain Novak, you were selected for the Rift Jump to Galatea 37 as an exceptional individual. You are amongst the elite of Earth's expeditionary forces. During your services with the Extraterrestrial Science Corps, you have time and again shown courage, bravery, and an unflinching willingness to sacrifice yourself to complete your objectives. You are destined.
Okay, that's a nice speech. It sounds very uplifting. But they didn't read my bio very well.
What do you mean?
The sacrifice part.
Do you mean the Orion mission? You were working without me back then.
Yes, that and a few other things.
Do you want me to read further motivational pieces?
That's enough of Colonel Nordstrom. Let's skip the military pathos and stick to your original programming. We've got a planet to explore.
Roger that, Ashley. I am archiving all of the motivational speeches. The construction of the Rift Station Foundation has been completed. We need to construct all of the Rift Station components before we can start powering up the portal.
The Rift Station has 3 main components that require a lot of rare resources to be built. The Fusion Field Accelerator requires enriched uranium. The Hyperparticle Condenser requires palladium. And the Quantum Gate Stabilizer, which requires titanium. We haven't found any traces of these elements near our base.
These resources might not be present anywhere near our location. We should construct an orbital scanner to start research completed. Scouting for interesting locations around the entire planet. It will allow us to establish precise coordinates for long-range rift jumps around the planet.
We don't have the required schematics to build an orbital scanner. We have to download the orbital scanning technology through the communications hub. Carbonium storage is full. We should construct more storage buildings.
Ironium storage is full. Build more storage facilities. Warning! An enemy attack is imminent. We should build stronger defenses around our base. Danger! Enemy creatures are closing in. Get ready to fight.
It's getting cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain.
This rain is harmless to our base, but it decreases solar panel efficiency until it stops. Looks like some of these creatures' attacks are originating from a common point near our base.
We should check that out. I'm marking that spot on our map.
A new technology has been. The orbital scanner uses advanced technology and requires additional resources in order to be built. We need to gather a large amount of cobalt to construct this building.
Let's deal with this quickly. We can't let this infestation spread. All right, it looks like we're missing another piece of technology. This element isn't easy to find, so we'll need to download the cobalt handling technology and search for it with the geoscanner.
This should stop them from gathering in this area and improve our chances of survival.
Okay, let's get back to our primary objectives.
Research completed.
technology.
Ashley, my sensors are picking up an underground cobalt deposit nearby. I've marked its approximate location on your map. We should go there and search for it with the geoscanner.
It's not that close, really. We should craft some better equipment before we try to venture out that far. Carbonium storage is full. We should construct more storage buildings. The wind is picking up speed. These strong winds can make our life easier. Wind turbines are spinning like crazy.
Wind speed is returning back to typical values. Wind turbine efficiency returning to normal. storage is full. Build more storage facilities. Ashley, now that you've got practice with using the geoscanner, you can use it to search for hidden resource deposits, geothermal vents, or any other underground anomalies.
It looks like it's going to be very useful. We could at least scan the area around our base with it. Who knows what's hiding under our feet?
It is also capable of finding hidden underground alien life forms.
Then we should definitely check the area around our base with it.
We now have enough cobalt to construct the orbital scanner. Also, be mindful of this building's energy consumption. We should probably build some additional power plants and improve our energy storage capacity before connecting it to the power grid.
Orbital scanner construction is in progress. But before we start jumping off to different parts of the planet, we should build the necessary local research facilities. The communications hub can only help us with downloading already developed technologies back from Earth. Still, one of the main reasons why we came here is to conduct
Research completed.
research and to learn about the environment that we encounter here.
We can research new technologies based on samples of alien life forms or any new substances that we encounter if we construct the Alien Research Laboratory building. The Alien Research Laboratory is a complex structure and requires multiple schematics in order to be built. Download the necessary technologies using the communications hub. Scanner construction finished. Planetary geomapping procedure in progress. Searching for traces of uranium, palladium, and titanium. This process may take some time. We have power shortages. Connect more power plants. A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction. Research completed. Warning! A hostile group of creatures is heading towards our base. Prepare for an incoming attack. Danger! Enemy creatures are closing in. Get ready to fight. Base is under attack.
Base is under attack.
Tower destroyed.
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction. I can hear distant thunder. The wind is also picking up. A storm is coming.
Research completed. The storm is very violent, but our base is safe from the wind. Wind turbine output is at maximum levels. Headquarters upgrade in progress. This will attract a lot of attention.
We have some time before the attack. Let's strengthen our defenses. The storm is over.
My sensors are picking up multiple groups of hostile creatures approaching our base.
Okay, we're ready for them. Base is under attack.
There is a breach in our walls. A tower has been destroyed.
A building has been destroyed.
Base is under attack. Threat neutralized.
This will buy us some time until the next attack. Let's check what's new after the HQ upgrade.
The improved headquarters building can support more communication hubs. If we want to download new technologies faster, then we should construct as many of them as possible.
Ironium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
Air humidity is rising. It's going to rain in a moment.
It's raining. It will decrease the output from solar panels until it stops. We have power shortages. Connect more power plants.
The rain is over. Base operations returning back to normal. New technology has been developed.
Okay, we've got all the necessary technologies downloaded. This building requires a supply of clean water to operate. It would be best to place it close to a pool of mud or sludge that we can filter.
Alien Research Laboratory construction in progress.
Fantastic. I can't wait for it to be built. This building is going to open up a whole new range of possibilities for us. If I had a base like that on Orion, I wouldn't have lost my arm back then.
How did that happen?
I got careless while searching for anorix crystals. I found a fascinating growth anomaly that was transforming all of its surroundings. I've never seen anything like that, so I had to take a sample. I was shielded inside a recon suit, but when I grabbed the crystal with my hand, it just went through it. My entire arm was infected.
Why didn't you use a bioscanner to take the sample?
They only work in conjunction with a lab like this. I didn't have a base on Orion or a mech suit to build one.
I am sorry to hear that, Ashley, and I am glad that we got paired together. I will not allow something like that to happen to you.
Okay, let's not get too emotional about that. If you look at it from a different perspective, I got an enhanced biomechanical arm replacement and I still got the sample.
Alien Research Laboratory construction finished. We have to supply it with clean water to keep it operational. You can produce clean water by placing a pump in any type of liquid and delivering it to a water filter. Research completed. Filtering plant for processing. Connect the output from the water filtering plant to the Alien Research Laboratory using pipes.
Finally! The Alien Research Lab is operational. We can start gathering research samples and scanning the local flora and fauna. We can use the bioscanner to begin collecting samples without destroying the environment. It's the safest and most efficient way to advance our research. This is so exciting! We can finally start working on the thing that we came here to do.
Ashley, don't forget that our primary objective is to establish a two-way portal back to Earth to enable human colonization of Galatea 37.
That's true, but we also have to study this planet to ensure that it is safe for colonization, and to minimize the damage done to the local ecosystem by future colonists.
Minimizing damage to the local ecosystem is listed at the end of the official list of priorities of this mission.
I'm the only human on this planet. I can set my own list of priorities.
Ashley, I am detecting movement on the ground. This is very unusual.
What? What's going on? Where is this movement heading?
Warning! Hostile creatures are appearing within our base. Significant energy drain detected.
They're leaching out energy directly from the power grid. We have to kill all of them before it's too late.
The planetary geomapping procedure is in progress, calculating coordinates for possible rift jump locations. The process will soon be completed. Orbital scanner geomapping procedure finished. We have gathered a lot of very useful information about the planet and found traces of rare elements in multiple locations around the globe. One of Galatea's continents appears to be a barren desert that has been scorched by intense radiation and very intense solar activity. These harsh conditions are most probably caused by the high condensation of radioactive elements like uranium or thorium. Our scans have located a safe rift jump location for an initial scouting mission.
Interesting. It appears that this life form contains large amounts of hazonite in crystallized form. If we can gather more samples of this species, we could learn how to obtain larger quantities of hazonite to craft better equipment and weapons. Gaining access to uranium would allow us to construct nuclear power plants and some heavy weaponry. This should make surviving on Galatea much easier.
The second interesting area is densely covered by acidic clouds of unknown origin. Spectral analysis detected traces of palladium scattered throughout this geographical zone. I have marked a safe rift jump location for initial reconnaissance on the orbital scanner interface. Threat eliminated. I am not detecting any suspicious movement below or above ground. That attack was something new. What do you think, Ashley?
Our energy emissions clearly drew these creatures. They ignored our defenses and went straight for the power grid as if they were mad. I think they also tried to avoid the light from our base. That was a very strange encounter.
Can this species pose a significant threat to our presence on Galatea 37?
If their attacks are more frequent, they can cause some disruptions, but I don't think they could be a significant threat on their own.
How would you like to call this species?
Let's call them Shegrets. They remind me of the electroworms that I've seen on Orion.
Ah, a fitting name indeed. Titanium has been detected in a large zone of intense volcanic activity. The orbital scanner has been providing some strange readings from this area, with temperatures ranging from 800 to 100 Kelvin. On top of that, it is entirely impossible to get any sensible magnetic field readings from this area. We were able to find a safe rift jump location within the volcanic zone. However, you should expect extreme environmental conditions.
All of these locations contain extreme environmental hazards and unknown species of creatures. We should upgrade our equipment as much as we can before venturing out into these new biomes.
Jump successful. Environmental scanning in progress.
The natural background radiation in this area is very high. It would kill most living organisms from Earth.
My standard radiation shielding can withstand these levels of exposure without any damage. However, if the background radiation is so high in this area, then we can expect much more intense sources of gamma particles. These could pose a serious threat.
The protective atmosphere is also very thin in this area. UV radiation from the sun could pose a real threat. No wonder this area looks like a desert. We'll have to improve environmental shielding on our structures before setting up a larger outpost in this area.
Ashley, we should gather more data about this area. We can later use the readings from my sensors to develop improved radiation and UV shielding for both my armor and our structures.
Okay, let's try to scout as much area as possible to feed your sensors with enough data.
These green crystals are emitting a lot of gamma radiation. Try not to stand too close to them, or they will damage my armor. Weapon drop. We can try to recover it later.